Hi, Sandy here, and I'm excited to be back. Since I last spoke to you, I found a book at the library that I'd like to explore with you. It's called, quote, They Just Need to Get a Job 15 Myths on Homelessness by Mary Brosnahan. One thing that I think we should keep in mind as we discuss this book is that the author is speaking about homelessness in New York. However, I think the information is relevant to wherever one lives in the United States. I believe that homelessness is a national crisis. The first chapter tackles the myth, quote, Homelessness is inevitable and intrinsically unsolvable, end quote. Ms. Brosnahan gives a brief history of homelessness. She writes about, quote, single room occupancy housing, SROs, which originated in cities across the United States as far back as the 1880s. SROs were developed as, quote, short-term housing for the poor, end quote. For various reasons, people began to view SROs negatively. City developers and governments began eliminating single room occupancy housing. Thus, homelessness started. Ms. Brosnahan gives a few ideas of what she considers to be causes of homelessness. She begins by explaining that, quote, the wholesale destruction of truly affordable housing throughout the 70s and 80s contributed to homelessness. Beginning with the destruction of SROs, she explains, quote, government-engineered homelessness leading to exponential housing insecurity and disposition by fire, end quote, contributed to the problem of homelessness. Another cause for homelessness she discusses is when, quote, patients were discharged from state psychiatric hospitals, which added to the people least able to compete in the housing market. And this validates my belief that I touched on last time when I talked about the many mental institutions that were closed in the 1950s and 1960s. Then economic change began in the 1970s. A man named Noam Chomsky believed there was a general push by the movers and shakers of the day to, quote, increase the role of financial institutions, end quote. This push led to Depression-era regulation designed to avoid another catastrophic depression. The, quote, undercurrent of seismic economic shifts sparked the first wave of public anti-homeless sentiment in 1990. The concept of needing a home simply for the sake of shelter shifted to viewing it as an investment for wealth creation. This caused housing prices to increase, making affordable housing for the average homeowner almost impossible to achieve. In the name of progress, quote, homeless people are a glaring, unavoidable reminder of the basic human decency sacrificed in the area of neoliberalism, more accurately, late-stage capitalism, end quote. So what do you think? Do you think homelessness was essentially constructed to control the masses? I heard a quote from Klaus Schwab They will have nothing and be happy. Is that what is really going on? Or do you think that idea is just a conspiracy theory? Do you have the opinion that homeless people are alcoholics, drug addicts, or lawbreakers of some sort? I did receive a comment from one of my listeners who, in her undergraduate program, read about a man who chose to be homeless because of the freedom it gave him. And also, she told of another story of a young lady who saved money by living in her vehicle. And for her, she did it very comfortably. Personally, I can't understand why somebody would choose to do it to become homeless, but to each his own. That's whatever. So how can we help homeless people? What can we do to help them get a permanent place to live? Leave your ideas in the comments section below. And please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching my video. I'll see you next time when we'll dive more deeply into the subject of the psychiatric patients being released from state hospitals. Have a wonderful day. TTFN, ta-ta for now.